Hello guys, today I am going to teach you about the child labor, the subject of the sociology. First we will see the definition of the child labor. Child labor can be defined as any type of the work a child below the age of 18 years is engaged in for a large part of the day, that is preventing his or her regular attendance and success in school. Means what? Children who are the under the age of 18 years, they are doing paid work and they are violating and humiliating themselves, that is the child labor. Why child labor is wrong? Because it violates the child's right. Because we already know which are the rights of children. That is the rights of education and rights to play. So what is the child labor? Any type of the work the children under the age of 18 years engage in large part of the day, and which is a paid work which prevent his or her regular attendance and success in the school. Now the nature of the child work. A majority of the working children are concentrated in the rural area. Mostly in the rural area, the children are violating their rights and they are doing or engage in the child labor activity. In the urban areas, who work in canteens and restaurants. Mostly in urban areas, for getting money, they are doing work in canteens and restaurants. Mumbai has the largest number of the child laborers. In Mumbai, due to the urbanization and industrialization, children are going to work for the money. So Mumbai is largest number of the child laborers. Now in Gujarat, we are talking about the Surat. Boys in their early teens are engaged in the large numbers in diamond cutting operations, which cause irreparable damage to the eyes. Okay, in Surat, the boys are in the teenage. They are mostly engaging in the diamond cutting operations, or diamond cutting activity, and they are damaging their eyes. In Varanasi, 5,000 children work in the silk weaving industry. These are the phenomena. In Delhi, 60,000 children work in dabas, tea stalls and restaurants on the daily wages. So these are the nature of the child work. Now we are moving towards the next slide. This is the important topic, the causes of the child labor. First one is the main cause of child labor is poverty. Due to the poverty, due to the less income, they are always engaging in the activity where they are getting the money or wages. So first one is the main cause, that is the poverty. Second one is those do not have families or cannot count on them for the support. Second one is those children, they do not have any families and parents are not supporting to them. Next one is joblessness, poverty, worse crime. Okay, these are the also alternative for the child labor. Next one is forced to send their children to work in the factory. Some parents and people are mostly forcing to their children in the factories to get money. Then the interest to get cheap labor. Some people or some children having to get money for they are doing the cheap labor. So these are the causes. First one is poverty. Second one is those do not have any family or no any support from the family. Then joblessness, poverty and crime and worse condition. Then some people or parents are forcing to their children to do some work or get money. And last one is interest. So these are the causes of the child labor. Now we are moving towards the next slide. These are the other changes. We can say the poverty, overpopulation. Due to the overpopulation, we are not getting our normal basic needs. Then the parental illiteracy, or they want more income, lack of school for the study, high education and living cost due to they are going to earn money, weak laws to protect, adult unemployment and urbanization, lack of education and exposure, wrong intention of factories. So these are the other causes of the child labor. Now the child labor law in India. Indian government has come up with a child labor law in India which fights against the child labor in India. So there is a child labor law in India. The Indian police take active action against the child labor. So this is the prevention of the child labor in India. Now the Indian Constitution also protects. There are the two laws. Here the law or Constitution, Indian Constitution protect the children below the age of 40 years should not be employed to work in any factory or in any hazardous employment according to Article 25. Then the state shall endeavour to provide within a period of 10 years from the commencement of the Constitution free and compulsory education for all children until they complete the age of 14 years according to Article 45. So these two laws or these two rights are related to child labor. So this is all about the child labor, and now we are moving towards the child abuse. So what is child abuse? First we will see the definition of child abuse. The physical or mental injury, sexual abuse or exploitation, negligent treatment or maltreatment of child under the age of 18 by a person who is responsible for the child's welfare under circumstances which indicate the child's health or welfare is harmed or threatened. Means what? Child abuse means physically or mentally injury or sexually abusement or negligence and malpractice to the child under the age of 8. That is the child abuse. Now the types of abuse. First one is a physical abuse, second one is a sexual abuse, and third one is a emotional abuse. Now we'll see which are the problems of the abuse. In first, that is the physical abuse. During the physical abuse, which are the types? Burns, fractures, human bite, abdominal injuries, and bruises. These are the physical injuries, or we can say the physical abuse. Second one is the sexual abuse. In that, difficulty in walking and sitting, complaint of pain, bleeding, venereal disease, and pregnancy. So these are the sexual abuse symptoms. Then the third one is the emotional abuse. In that, failure to provide food, clothes and shelter. These are the basic needs. Care and supervision, alcoholism, sex relation and smoking and other drug related addiction. So these are the emotional abuse symptoms. So types of abuse is physical, sexual and emotional abuse. Now we are moving towards the next slide. The victim of the abuse. On the three types of child abuse, namely physical, sexual and emotional. First we will see the physical abuse in detail. Boys are more better than the girls. School-going children run greater risk to being physically abused than those who do not go to school. During the school-going period, children are outside of the home and it is outside of the safe area. So that's why they are suffering from this type of the abuse. Older children, that is 14 to 16 years, are more abused physically than younger children. They are physically as well as the sexually abused by the older children. Non-working children are beaten more than working children. Non-working children are more beaten than the working children. A large number of the abused children belong to poor families. Mostly poor families' children are suffering this type of the problem. Mother abuse children physically more than the fathers. Now we are going to the next slide. Second is a sexual abuse. Girls are more victims of the sexual abuse than the boys. A high proportion of the children become victims of the sexual abuse when they are at the age of 14 or above the 14, means after puberty. Males are usually abused sexually by one person, while girls are generally assaulted by more than one person. In about two-thirds cases, there is a secondary relationship with the victims. Boys are generally the victims of the employment-related abuse because they are at the site of the employment, while girls are generally victims of the acquaintance-related. So these are the sexual abuse. Now the next slide, that is the emotional abuse. Third problem. Boys are the more emotionally maltreated than the girls. Working children are as much neglected as non-working children. School-going children are the little more maltreated than the non-school-going children. In a large number of the cases, parents who neglected the child are those whose income is low and liabilities are many, who are the middle-aged and illiterate or less educated and who are engaged in the low-status jobs. So these are the conditions while the child suffer the emotional problems and they suffer from the emotional abusement. Now we see the general cause of the child abuse. First one is a lack of support from the parents or lack of support from the family. Second is a lack of parenting skill. Proper parenting is not going on, then child will occur and suffer as a child abuse. History of the child abuse. If children have the history or any past history related the abusement in the past, that time they will suffer repeatedly in their future life. The challenging child having no any house or no any family supports and they have to suffer and they have to survive in the life, that time they suffer the child abuse. Untreated mental illness. If person or children having the mental retardation or any mental abnormality, that's time people are getting benefit from that, so they are getting the child, they are being the victim of child abuse. Then the domestic violence and substance abuse, these are the causes of the child abuse. Now prevention of child abuse, that is the Child Abuse Prevention Act or law. For that, we have to create an awareness regarding the child abuse, working towards the healthy parenting and happy children. So these are the awareness program. And April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month. So remember, April is the National Child Abuse Prevention Month. So this is the all about the lecture which I have conducted for you. If you have any query, then you can ask me. Thank you. Hello guys, I have made video for you. This is the educational video. If you like my video, then please subscribe my channel and like the video. Thank you.